Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil, and we are going to be doing the Tier 2 of the Leia Galactic Legend event. This 1000% is the hardest single tier in all of the Galactic Legend events. Definitely the most difficult tier I've ever played. However, I would still say that as in totality, the Rey event is more difficult from like the top to the bottom. All of those tiers are harder than the Leia tiers combined, but this one in particular I think is by far and away the most difficult tier we've done. We're going to get into the video. First and foremost, if you guys can please hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and we've got to give a massive shout out to the channel members so much for all of their continued support. Whenever these guys decide that they're ready to start doing this event, these players, as long as they're still channel members, can send me a direct message and set up a time that we can stream it together, and that way they have the best chance at success. So make sure you guys, again, thank you guys so much for all your support. Again, that link is always down below. Let's get in here and let's talk about Tier 2. The first thing you're going to want to do is create mod sets. So we're going to get into the exact mod sets that I created for these characters, and we're going to equip them. So let's go here. We're going to go to Rebel Officer Leia Organa, and we need to get to Tier 2. So this is the mod set I created for her. Again, we're stealing from all these characters. We're going to assign those mods. So, what you'll want to see here is that we've equipped tenacity, potency, added some speed, even added some offense, and we're adding a little bit of health. So up here, we've got offense with tenacity and potency. Down here in the diamond, we've got health, offense, and tenacity. Again, pretty solid mod here. Down here, again, offense and tenacity taking priority. Offense, protection, tenacity with potency. Very good mod there. Down here again, looking at this offense and tenacity with health. And then finally, the most important mod here, crit avoidance arrow. The crit avoidance arrow on her, incredibly important. Probably one of the most important parts of this modding is that we're adding crit avoidance. Crit avoidance is so crucial for this event. It's going to keep her alive a lot more than you may realize. So that's the first one we're equipping for her. With Leia, the big thing you can keep in mind here is that you want some offense on her. The more offense you can get on your secondaries, the better, because she's the primary source of damage. The other thing here, we do need her, again, and this is why you need her Zeta, where she's got 10% offense and tenacity. And the first time she resists a detrimental effect or suffers a debuff, she gains turn meter and 35% offense stacking until the end of her next turn. That extra stacking offense is huge, right? So this is very, very important. Again, it's the first time each turn. So somebody, like, I'm pretty sure the way this works, and somebody correct me here, but if multiple enemy characters take a turn and she resists a debuff or suffers one, this is activating, right? So that's really, really nice. Then, oops, gotta go back out now. Captain Han Solo, you do not need his Zeta here. You do not need the Zeta because they will gift it to you. As you guys will see, I do not have this Zeta equipped, and you'll see in the next screen that it's going to show up. So again, special mod set here. With Captain Han, we're stealing from everybody here. So we're adding a lot of health, potency, but the big thing with him, we're adding a lot of tenacity. We want to add as much tenacity as possible. And then again, you'll see we're adding crit avoidance here. Realistically, if you could, I would try to get 3 tenacity sets here. Unfortunately for me, I don't have enough tenacity crit avoidance arrows, so added some tenacity secondary here, but you've got to have the tenacity. You've got to have crit avoidance again. Just makes the run so much easier. Then we've got health again with defense and tenacity. Looking up here, we've got tenacity, potency. Again, the potency not as important on him as the health and offense are. A lot of tenacity here, more tenacity, and finally more tenacity and some potency. Again, tenacity being the biggest thing. The potency is not as big of a deal, but the tenacity is hugely important. We really need that tenacity. So, we've got our mod sets equipped. Ideally, you'd want to 6-star, have a 6 dot up here, but again, I'm going to do it with less than that. So now as we go into the battle, you're going to see that Han has his Zeta, and then we're gifted C-3PO for this event. Other thing to keep in mind here, just please everybody recognize, when you're doing this event, you can hoard up your tickets so that way you can do all 3 of the attempts you do here at one time. Hoard your tickets, that way you only have to switch your mods around once, because it is a pain, I recognize that, so if you can wait and kind of do all of these at once, it's far better for you. let's get in here. Let's do this. So the key to phase 1. Phase 1 is pretty simple. It's just 3 enemies here. You want to we can just lead off with the AoE. And remember, because it's C-3PO, when we use a basic, we can inflict expose on the enemy. Obviously, they're resisting, so there's the expose. With phase 1 here, all we want to do is ensure that we're going to get into phase 2 with our specials. We just need our specials for phase 2. So again, we can use Leia here. And again, as you see, the primary sources of damage here is our exposed damage and our, and again, Leia's AoE just hammering them. So again, now we're just going to kind of wait and see here. Hopefully we can get this guy down where, so we're just going to save our specials now because we don't want to kill this guy off with anything other than basics at this point. And again, they have so much health. We're dealing 100,000 damage every single time we hit them with expose. So just absolutely absurd here. Did all that. Now we're into phase 2. This is the tough phase. This is where it gets real. We need to focus down on Darth Vader. Darth Vader has his 2 Zetas here. He's got, I believe it's no escape, and I believe it's his leadership. So he's got no escape, and he's got leadership. I don't believe he has merciless. Does he have merciless massacre? He does have merciless massacre. I'm trying to think. Is it just not on his lead? Yeah. Okay. So his. Wait. Where's his lead at? Trying to think. Maybe he doesn't have it on his lead. There's only 2 Zetas here, so something's missing. So we just want to go all in on Darth Vader, and we want to try and land ability blocks where we can. Unfortunately, nothing there. So we're gonna have to keep going here. Again, gotta keep going. And we want to be careful because whenever these damage over times expire, remember, we're going to be giving Darth Vader, health and protection back. See that? So he healed up when those damage over times expired. So we've got to take him out as soon as we can because we cannot let him get turns. So there goes Darth Vader, and now we're home free, right? So there we didn't get that ability block. And look at this, C-3PO's almost dead. That's okay because we can revive him with Captain Han. And then we'll bring him back here. And we'll just get through these guys eventually, right? I'd prefer, with these, I personally would prefer you just to focus down on each one at a time, utilizing the AoE when we can. We want to utilize the AoE when available, but otherwise, let's just focus on getting rid of these dudes because they're just annoying. So again, now we're landing ability blocks, of course, now that Darth Vader made it hard for us. But we're going to get through. And I'm going to do this event here, guys. This is first run went pretty smoothly, as you guys saw. We're going to do this event a couple of times just to show you all the potential ways that this could go south, right? So at this point, we're smooth sailing again. What I'll probably do is just try to kill. I'll do this event 2 times through, and then I'll probably do one where I just kill Darth Vader. Again, getting to Darth Vader is the biggest thing here. That's the biggest part of this event. Got to kill Darth Vader. So now we're home free. We're done. Boom. Very simple there. Right? Very simple there. Just hard target Darth Vader with everything you can. Again, remember, we want to avoid cleansing damage over times because those damage over times give him health and protection back. So we don't want to trigger that any sooner than necessary. So now we're going to keep going here. We're just going to focus down on this guy in the middle. And we're going to give Leia, we're going to try and get her to the 3 stacks of, oh, shoot. Misplayed, should have used the special there. Oh, well. We want to get 3 stacks here just so C-3PO can start decreasing her cooldowns. Because when he does, that's just super nice. Again, she's going to get through this. There we go. Got the AoE again. Remember, we want to make sure all of our specials are available to us next phase. So we'll use this one more time. And then now we can just basic these guys. There we go. Keep going around here, around and around. Again, and finally, there we go, got the final kill. So now we get into the tier against Darth Vader. So we're going to go ahead, use a basic there, and then we're going to call Leia to assist. And let's hope for an ability block on Vader. We didn't get it, so he leads off with the Force Crush, but we got it right back again. There we go. That's what we like to see. Again, unfortunately, we can't really see a bunch of our debuffs on Vader, but he's doing a lot of resist here, which is not good. Right? We don't want to see those debuffs. And now look, we lost turn meter, so he's going to get his Merciless Massacre here, which is not ideal. So this tier is all about roll. So look, Rolo died, which is not good at all. This is bad. We need to get a turn with Captain Han. Ooh, all right, come on, Han. That crit avoidance. Heal Leia back up. There we go. Now we're in much better shape. We just need to get Darth Vader dead before he does any more bad things to us. There we go. Oh my gosh, didn't even hit him because of the RNG. Remember, it's random damage with this AoE. There we go. Now Vader's dead. And now we've got everybody. So now you guys saw another good RNG here where, you know, we lost Leia and we had to get back with Han. And that's why Han is incredibly important here, is that, you know, Han almost more important than Leia, because while Leia's your damage, if Han dies, you don't have a chance to get anybody back. And Han also has the healing, right? So he's got the health and protection recovery. I don't think it's protection recovery, but at least health recovery here. Yeah. There we go. So now it's just smooth. At this point, guys, smooth sailing, right? Very smooth sailing at this point. We're gonna get these guys out of here, and it's game, set, match, right? So we'll do this another time. Again, once you kill Darth Vader, it really is just it's just annoying at this point, right? It's just an annoying thing of, hey, let's get these guys done. And again, I maybe should have covered Leia's ability here, but it's 10 times to random enemy targets. So you could potentially miss Darth Vader. So sometimes that misplay, it's better just to basic Darth Vader if he has that exposed, and that way you can kill him. I probably should have done that. But again, one last time, I know that I do 3 attempts, but one, you need to do this event 3 times. But also, I think it's incredibly important for you guys to see the different ways that that phase can happen. Because if it was just me doing it one time, you'd be like, well, Phil, what happens if Leia dies? What are you supposed to do? Just showed you. So now again, we want to lead off with the special with Leia. She's, again, guys, you're seeing she is the primary source of damage, along with the exposed being the real primary source, because it's 100,000 on this tier and 50,000 on the other one. So exposed playing a big role here, and then otherwise it's just all about this AoE coming in and wrecking everybody as much as possible. So again, we've got our 3 stacks. C-3PO coming in clutch with the cooldown decreases. And then we're just going to basic these guys until they fall apart. So there he goes. So now we don't want to use the AoE at this point because we want to save it for next round. We really want to save it for next round. So you just use your basics from here on in. And then Han got the kill. So now we move into phase 2 here. And again, really hoping that we can get Darth Vader to ability block. And we did. There we go. So Darth Vader starts with ability block. Going to use our basic. Basic again. There he goes. Merciless. Not ideal here. We got a lot of damage over times on us, so he's going to be healing back here. We've got to get him out as much as we can. So now we'll use the basic here because he's got expose. Ooh, not good. All right. Let's bring back C-3PO there. There we go. All right, that's okay. That's okay. Can we get a basic? I need expose on him. All right, let's get this on her. Can that kill up? Oh, that's not good. Okay, come on. There we go. There's Vader out. All right. And then now I am going to finish this out a little bit longer just to show you guys. All right, let's keep Leia going here. I just want to show you guys recovering from all of that, right? Because what happens if you get through Vader? Like, you want to make sure we get, we can keep 3PO under stealth for a bit. Get Han and, get Han and Leia up and running again. Because big thing here, remember, just keep this in mind. If you lose C-3PO, you lose all of their exposes, right? And the exposes you're seeing is the primary source of damage on this team. So we want to make sure that we're keeping everybody as much alive as we can. So now we're just going to go all in here. And this should be game, set, match. There we go. Bye-bye. So there's 3 out of 3 attempts, guys. I'm not going to sit here and say that this is a 100% success rate, but this is going to be the best way to do this. Again, the stats are very important here. You want to aim for good stats, but the strategy of hammering down Vader as much as possible. And again, you see that each of them kind of plays a very specific role that 3PO, without him, you're losing the exposed damage, which makes that event, I mean, you could potentially lose without that exposed damage. Right? You'll definitely lose. So trying to keep Vader, unfortunately, you're never going to keep him from getting a turn with Force Crush unless you're really lucky, but you can at least control it so that way he can't use his Culling Blade to as much effect, right? Again, I think the mod sets, everything kind of played well together there. So let me know your thoughts. Hopefully this helps you. Again, guys, like, subscribe, comment. I love all of you. May the Force be with you, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.